Hi, my name is Reza Nasri, and I would like to welcome you to my videos series on Greco-Roman Wrestling, Realistic Combative Art. The techniques presented will teach you how to defend yourself against the most common types of assault. Get your sweats on and let's begin.
One of the most powerful things about Greco-Roman wrestling, and one of the ways to prevent injuries in Greco-Roman, is a correct warm-up and conditioning. So what we're going to do right now is run you through a bunch of basic exercises. What you're seeing right now is a basic salute of paying the respect to the mat. We're going to start doing some basic jumping jacks, running around in a circle. Notice how we change in the direction. And you can follow with us at home just like this. We strongly recommend you to jump on a soft surface. As you can see, we're doing it right now on a mat here. Okay, twist the arms all the way around to warm up the upper body and the upper shoulders. Keep switching the directions and running back and forth. Now notice by doing this, we're reaching down to the ground. It works on a flexibility for the back. We're going to start doing some basic forward rolls. Make sure you're not putting your head down. You're going to put the hands down first, roll over, tuck, and hug your legs. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hop into it. This is what we call a dive forward roll or a dive roll. Notice little by little, the more comfortable you get, you can actually start jumping higher and higher. Again, you want to be sure the surface that you're doing these rolls on is soft. It's not a good idea to do these on a hard floor. Here's a little progression there for you. So it's a forward roll, turn around to a back roll. Now you can put your palms down or you can put your fist down, either way. Okay, here's the same thing as a back roll straddle. That means we're going to actually come up with your legs apart. Again, we're just running through a progression of forward rolls to warm up the back, your upper neck, your upper shoulders. Because of the body contact involved in Greco-Roman, it's very important to get used to the idea of rolling. What you see right now is called a back extension, which is doing a back roll to a handstand. Notice the body goes all the way up, and you push off your arms to jump back on your feet. This takes a lot of strength in the upper shoulder. The next one is a front head spring. Notice in the beginning stages, you're not going to be able to do these and all out and with perfect form, but if you keep practicing it, it will get better in time. Notice we're going to put the hands down and actually push off the hands to land on your feet again. Let's continue warming up, doing jumping jacks, a couple different variations, arms to the side, standing, running right stationary right where you are. We're going to start kicking the feet out, kick the heels back, kick the feet out to the side. These are just basic coordination moves and stuff that you can do at home. And I recommend you to follow along with me, just like we're doing it right here. Some straddle jumps, tuck jumps. Just keep that body moving to get the blood going to warm up. Let's start doing some basic stretches together. So keep a straddle stance and try to touch your toes side to side. Start leaning back so you can actually twist your back and really stretch. Back in the front again, legs apart. Now bend one leg. We're going to actually start stretching the legs and the hamstrings in the back of your legs. Keep your arms in front of you for good balance. Keep toes up and reach down. This is what we call a front lunge. You're actually going to bend your front leg, put all your weight on the front leg. In this stretch, you want to make sure you feel it on top of the opposite leg. Let's go to a push-up position. This is a nice variation for a push-up. It actually stretches your legs out at the same time. So you put your hands on, go all the way forward, and lean all the way back in a kind of a circular motion going all the way forward and back. This actually stretches the chest area, your shoulders. Now we're going to sit back and Stretch the lower back again, side to side. One of the things about flexibility is that the trick into getting more flexible is doing the stretching for the fun of it, not because you want to get flexible, and to prevent causing any kind of injuries and stuff later on.
Knees, hold your knees up.
That's what we call rock and roll. That means you're going to hug your legs and kind of roll back and forth to stretch the spine and the back of the neck.
Okay.
Go to a butterfly, put your heels together, kind of bounce your knees up and down, stretch your legs out. Stretch your legs out to a full straddle and look to the side all the way. We're going to actually start stretching your lats and the side. Stretch back to the side. Stretch to the other side. You can actually do all these exercises at home while you're watching this tape, so I recommend you guys to sit down and follow with us. Let's start jumping up and down a little bit, move side to side. These are all exercises to warm up your calves.
Ready? Stay here. Hold your arms.
Okay, we're going to start stretching your lats and your shoulders by pulling one hand over your head, switch to the other side, pull all the way down.
There you go.
Keep your fingers open, bring it in front of you.
Stay behind. Hold up.
Now try to keep your feet together, and we're going to grab your ankles and pull forward as much as you can.
Right legs.
Put one foot on top of the other one and lean down.
Legs.
Switch to the other side. Let's put your left foot over this time and lean forward. Try to touch your toes, and later on you'll be able to put your palms down and more and more.
Okay. One.
Okay, this is a little nice drill. You actually, there's a rolling motion here, so you actually land on your palms first. You take the impact on the chest and kind of roll it out. It's a great exercise when somebody throws you, when you're thrown to the ground. How to actually don't take the impact on all different parts of the body, but kind of roll out of it. Doing some basic squats right now, and follow with us just as we're doing it right here. Keep your fingers open, arms in front of you, and go up and down. Even though we're running through these kind of quick, you might want to take your time at home and do a few sets of each one of these exercises. Let's do some basics sit-ups together. Make sure you're looking up when you're doing this all the way forward to work on those stomach muscles.
Right legs to left.
Okay, this is what we call side-ups. So you're actually going to push out to build the side of your stomach, which is very important in twisting motions and throws in Greco-Roman.
7, 8, our legs. 1.
So we're doing about a set of 10 right now. What we recommend is anywhere from 2 to 3 sets of 10s on each side.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, stand up.
Okay, we're going to stand up right now, go to push-up position, do some basic push-ups. And what we're doing, we're doing actually separating the muscles right now in push-up position, working on the upper shoulder, the back shoulder, the front shoulder. And as you know, the shoulders are very important in Greco-Roman wrestling because of the grappling involved. Let's do a couple different versions to, again, to isolate the different muscle groups in your shoulder. You're going to do this by keeping your arms in front of you more to actually work the pecs and top of the chest area.
5. Open.
Now we're going to go leg arms apart a little bit more. Notice it's going to become a little bit more difficult going side to side.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
By understanding the principle of progression, you can start from basics and build up more and more. Right now we're going to stretch your wrist a little bit, stretch your side to side, stretch your ankles by leaning back on them.
Stand up. Your legs.
Okay, you're going to do a circular motion. We're going to move your knees all the way around to kind of stretch the joint muscles. There you go, all the way around. Keep doing this with us at home just like this. Go different directions and circle back and forth. Now we're going to actually start using your partner as a stretching aid to kind of help you stretch even further than we're doing right now. As you can see, your partner will grab your wrist from behind, just kind of bring it up and kind of make it circular motion, kind of move it around. Again, this develops a great amount of flexibility in your shoulders, because in wrestling you take a lot of impact actually on the shoulders, and a lot of times your shoulder will be underneath your whole body, and your shoulders need to be really flexible. This actually would be a great chance for you to get a friend, family member, someone to actually help you do these warm-ups together.
Go back, when you get back. Back.
Here's another exercise that we do together. Again, this has developed stretching techniques and flexibility and strength in your shoulders and wrist.
Straight up. More in. More.
These are the exercises that are going to help you actually to be able to lift someone off of you. This stretches the chest. See, for a lot of these exercises, you don't need to do bodybuilding and have a lot of weights and stuff. You can just do them with a partner.
For the shoulder.
Notice the greeting every time you start working with your partner, and that's traditionally one of the aspects of Greco-Roman, is the whole thing about the respect and discipline of the whole art. We're doing some isometrics right now to build the top of the shoulder. That means you actually start pushing against your opponent's arm, preventing him from going all the way up, but not making it impossible. Different angle, we're going to bring it up and down. Isometrics are very powerful exercises because they develop a sense of strength in your body without making a mass. So you might not look real big, but the strength is there. It's like a body of a gymnast. The idea is to go against your own body weight.
Okay, guys, maybe do something for neck. Down, up.
Okay, we're going to start warming up the neck area by looking up and down.
Open. And close it. Right, left.
Stretch your neck side to side.
Okay. Move on.
Make big circles with your neck all the way around to stretch all your neck muscles. Do this in both different directions, going back and forth. Stretch your upper shoulders.
Okay. Bend your legs. Your hand. Like push-ups.
Go down in a push-up position. You got to put your head down. I want you to be very careful doing these exercises. Again, for some of you beginners, this is not something you want to kind of jump into. Again, there's a couple of things to remember. You want to make sure you have a right surface, and you want to make sure your neck is conditioned to do things like this. These are kind of advanced exercises. Notice the head going forward and back, then side to side. We're going to do another version with no hands. You're going to notice in wrestling, there's a lot of times your head's going to be on the ground with your opponent on top of it and twisting and turning, and your neck needs to be conditioned enough to take that kind of punishment. Especially for joint locks and for choke holds. If somebody grabs you in a choke hold, it's very important to be able to twist your neck around.
Okay. Go back to the bridge.
Now we're making a bridge. Notice most of the weight right now is distributed with your head. So the idea is not the conventional bridge to stretch your lower back, but this is actually done for the upper neck. There are actually moves that you can actually throw the person on top of your head, and you need this neck flexibility for doing moves.
This side. Okay. Stand up. Okay. Do your neck again.
Stretch your neck around, as shown. Okay, we're going to develop some strengthening for your neck area by having your partner actually pulling your neck down and you resisting against it. Again, this develops a lot of strength in your neck, especially if somebody has a hold of your neck, they're doing choke holds or pulling or pushing you. You want to be very careful about not doing jerky moves and taking your time following.
You go down. Your legs up. Okay. Pull back. You have to try to go forward. Go slow.
This exercise rotates a complete rotation of your shoulder
Pulling back.
to give you strength and flexibility at the same time.
Stop.
This technique will come really handy, especially when somebody's trying to run after you when you're laying down on your stomach and you need to get away. At the same time for conditioning.
Okay. Pulling back.
Okay, we're going to walk on the hands with the fingers pointing forward.
There you go. Pulling back. Stop. Next one. Okay, go.
Okay, and notice another harder different version of the same thing by clapping your hands in the middle. This kind of puts a sudden impact on your wrists on the way down and conditions your wrist. Is different. Another version of the same thing going backwards, again to develop the shoulders and the wrist area.
Put the hands down. Hold this up. Come here. Put the hands down.
Now we're going to go to a handstand and do some handstand push-ups. Again, isometric technique developed to develop your shoulders.
4, 5, 6.
Again, in the beginning you might not be able to do all these exercises perfectly, but the more and more you try, the better you get.
Okay.
1.
Here's an exercise for building up your stomach muscles and your legs at the same time.
3.
This kind of starts like a regular, actually, sit-ups, but you actually pick it up to almost a squat and all the way back.
6. 7.
As you see, wrestling is one of those arts that you can do a lot of conditioning by yourself, but in order to get better and better at it, you need to have a partner to actually
Pull your
help
hand
you.
here, 4. Hands legs straight up.
Here's another exercise. You're going to put your fingertips down, actually raise your legs up to stretch and to build up the stomach muscles. Make sure you regulate your breathing
Hold.
and pushing up and down.
Okay, now.
Get your legs to go over each other and to isolate all the tension, everything, and all your muscles in your stomach muscle right in the middle.
Okay. This is for back and your legs. Hold the hand here.
This is an
Step
exercise
here.
to actually
Up.
build up your shoulders and
Up.
to work on a lift.
Down.
So when somebody has you
Up.
in a headlock,
Switch leg.
make sure everything is done on both sides.
Down.
Again, you try and lift them.
Up.
Make sure you don't put any pressure on your back while you're doing this lift. It's mainly done with your hands and your legs.
I hold from here. There you go.
Okay, same thing. Notice a whole rotation.
That's it. Next one is.
Be careful doing this with your partner, and make sure you follow along exactly as we're showing this here.
2, 3, 4.
Again, this is just strengthening your grip
Okay.
when you actually have somebody else's
Back.
body in your arms.
Come on. 10 times. 1, 2. Go slow.
These are Roman sit-ups
3,
to develop the back.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Again, I can't emphasize enough the importance of warm-ups and conditioning in Greco-Roman wrestling. It's very important you follow along with this tape,
Go. 1.
the exact exercises and conditionings. And the stronger you get, you might want to do more repetition.
5,
In the beginning, you might be able to do only a few, but later on, it will get easier and easier.
9.
And you feel stronger about yourself.
Up. Stand up. Go down. 4. Down. All the way go back. Help to stop. Go. There you go. Take him down. There you go.
Here's another version of doing the sit-ups. If you have a bench at home or a sit-up bench, it will do the kind of the same thing for you, but right now we're just depending strictly on having a partner.
Okay,
Again, to develop the forearm for one person and the stomach for the other person.
Open your hand. Now go. Okay. Go a little bit back. A little bit back. Go. Pushing. Come up. Take it. Go. There you go. Go. One more. Swing. More swing.
Again, this is what we call a win-win situation. That means the partner is working on their stomach and the partner down is working actually on the arms and their grip and the shoulders.
Okay, stop. Okay. Done. Hold the bit back.
Okay, this is actually a body lift where you actually lift the body up and you hold it there. Bend your legs and do some squats. Make sure the pressure is not on your lower back. What you want to develop is a whole sense of lifting, but lifting by using your knees and your legs.
7, be straight.
Notice that the head is up. We're not really leaning forward. We're just doing a lift.
9. 10. Stop. 3. Go. 1. Be straight. 2.
This is the same idea as a lot of bodybuilders do by using extra weights and stuff, but in Greco-Roman,
6.
because of the importance of the body contact, all the exercises are done with the actual live body. So it actually gives you a sense of live motion of how people move. Again, I want you to notice the importance of greeting each other at the same time when you start these exercises. Here's another good exercise for you to have your opponent on top of your shoulders, and you can do some basic squats or running around. Again, to build up your legs.
Okay, smooth. There you go. Okay.
Be very careful exercising these little techniques here. Let's demonstrate that in slow motion right now. So you're going to grab your opponent's hand, back to back, lift with your hips, let the opponents go all the way up and down. Again, make sure you're using your legs in this lift. Let's watch it together slowly first.
Okay. Step 4. Come behind.
Okay, we're going to actually build up to a bridge right now from a standing position. So step forward, arms up, look to one side, and go lean all the way back and pick it back up.
One again fast.
This requires some lower back flexibility and your arms. Let's watch in slow motion together. Try to follow along just as the way we're doing it here. Arms all the way up, hands down first, and on your forehead and lift. Make sure you understand in the beginning, some of these exercises are going to be a little bit difficult, but with good practice and by using the videotape properly, you are going to be able to do all of them. Okay, now we're going to get into absolutely the most important aspect of Greco-Roman wrestling, and that's this basic warm-up grappling that we do. Now this is going to take you a little bit longer to actually work with your partner, but I want you to watch this. Notice how the arms moves like a snake, just kind of over and under the arm on both sides. Notice how the shoulders move. And you're going to start this by actually not resisting so much to let the opponent actually get in, but little by little you start making it more difficult by actually resisting. So if you need to, you might want to stop the tape and get a hold of your partner and actually do these. Notice everything starts from this basic warm-up. The idea is to throw the opponent's body off balance by pushing him off to the side and using his own weight against him. Notice everything starts from the motion. Notice by doing that basic drill, you can actually feel the strength of your opponent and move him from side to side, or execute different techniques that we're going to actually get into these. For right now, don't be so concerned about what's happening right now or how Mr. Reza is taking the partner down. What I want you to really concentrate on is the actual warm-up exercise. Now we're going to get into Greco-Roman Wrestling breakfall techniques. Going to start with basic front fall. Notice that all the impact is taken on the forearms, landing in your palms and looking to the side. Then do the back fall, a side fall. Shoot practice on both sides. Keep the head off the ground. Slap on the forearm. Again, front fall, back fall, side fall on the right side, and on the left side. Now we're after the warm-up. Now you're ready to start the actual combat techniques. So we get into number 1. Make sure you greet your opponent. The opponent starts by grabbing your wrist, which you're gonna twist, grab the opponent's wrist, grab the elbow, pull it out to the side, step right foot out. With your left hand, kind of push him off balance to go forward and prepare him for a choke hold or a takedown. Notice again, we're going to the blind side of the opponent. We're not walking to the other side to his open hand. Let's watch this again together. Grab wrist and take down. You can actually hit the opponent's face, throat, or chest with your forearm. Let's watch in slow motion and follow along with us. Pull, step out, and hit the opponent right in the chest area with your forearm. Make sure that pulling motion is very important. Notice how Mr. Reza is pulling the elbow in, getting the opponent to come forward, and he will walk into your forearm. Number 2. This time we're going to start pretty much like number 1, pushing it off to the side, but we're going to step in this time. Execute a punch to the ribs and a takedown. Again, be sure you have a partner with you and go through these really slow together first. Grab over, pull in, left foot forward, punch, and twist him to throw him off balance. What you're seeing here is a combative version of the wrestling. In the traditional wrestlings, there were no strikes involved. Let's watch number 2 together again. Slow motion grab, step in, pull, and follow up with a punch to the body. Let's do this together. Step out, pull, punch, throw, and stay on top of the opponent. Number 3. Grab the opponent's wrist. We're going to pull the elbow in, reach way under and execute an uppercut while you apply pressure on the opponent's elbow with your shoulder. Let's watch this together. Grab over, pull the elbow in, an uppercut, and roll the opponent all the way down, and finish with a punch to the midsection. Remember, these are just a basic way of doing these exercises, and in the street, people won't come and grab your wrist. But these are just the basic ways for us to actually have you trained to get ready for the actual combat. I want you to notice the effectiveness and the closeness of this art. Again, grab, reach over, punch, and roll down on the elbow. Number 4. Reach over, grab the opponent's wrist, pull the elbow in, reach all the way over around the neck, and circle and pull the opponent all the way down. Let's do this together again. Reach over, pull the elbow in, reach over again, grab the neck, and by stepping back, you make a circular motion to pull the opponent down. Again, reach over. The more you practice with these techniques, the easier they'll become. Again, reach over, pull, and take down. Notice how important falling techniques are and the way the opponent's falling down. By seeing these exercises, you can really appreciate the conditioning that it requires to be effective in Greco-Roman wrestling. Number 5. Pick the wrist up as shown. Slide your body all the way in. We're going to grab all the way around the opponent, pull in around the ribs, and take the opponent down and finish him with the elbow strike. Notice picking it up, going all the way around to protect the head, breaking the ribs, following with the elbow strike. As you know, over 90% of confrontations that happen in the street end up in a grappling, standing, or laying on the ground. And this is where this art really comes in handy. This is the range that a lot of people are not comfortable with, being real close. Again, wrist up, slide yourself under, pull in to crack the ribs, and push down and follow with the elbow strike. Let's watch in slow motion together. Pick the opponent up, dropping down and following up with the elbow strike. Notice how he's going away from the hand, hiding his head. Number 6. Gonna reach up, Wrist up, slide all the way in, and keep pulling the arm all the way back to the side. Again, hook the hand between your index finger and your thumb and throw the opponent off balance. Notice the quick snap by twisting the upper body. Wrist up, step in, pull, and twist out at the same time. There's a pulling and there's a pushing motion done at the same time. Number 7. Notice on this one we're going to actually work our way to a chokehold. You're going to pull out to the side, slide in, shin kick to the opponent's knee to take him down, actually hold him in a chokehold position. This is a very effective way of executing the chokehold with the opponent's arm being trapped. Let's watch this together again. Use extreme caution in exercising these techniques because of the danger that it involves. Make sure your opponent knows about how much pressure he can take, and you can actually have a signal between you and your opponent, so if he's hurting too much, he can let you know. Number 8. Notice the twisting motion in the wrist, a strike to the back of the head, bring him down, and you're going to change direction and bring him the other way. Notice the grab, strike the side of the neck, then you're going to twist him all the way down. Once he's on the ground, there's a bunch of stuff that we can do together that we're going to get into in the future tapes. Striking to the neck, pulling him all the way back. You can finish with any kind of strike or a chokehold. Striking and pulling off to the side. The purpose of the strike is to make the opponent go one way, then bring him back all the way around. Number 9. Notice pretty much like the other one, it's a strike to the neck, and we're going to work our way down to a choke hold. Watch again. We're going to actually grab the neck and bring it down so we can get the opponent's neck in a headlock, lift for a neck break, and throw all the way down, following up with the elbow strike. Notice pulling the neck down, grabbing the neck, and following up with the elbow strike. Notice the actual strike is more of a setup to bring the opponent down for a headlock. Number 10. Roll the wrist around. Gotta pull the neck in for a headlock. This time I'm gonna put your head under. Actually, we're gonna end up on top of him. This is a little complicated one, so I want you to follow along with us step by step. Pull in, grab the neck, lift the opponent's arm like he's grabbing you. Rotate him all the way around. You're going to bring him up, put all the pressure on his back of his neck. Let's watch this together. Pull in, rotate back, and end up on top of the opponent. Slow motion grab, pull the arm up. Lift the opponent up, make sure you circle right on top of him with your legs apart. Let's watch this again. Grab over, pull, lift the arm, a lift up. Notice there's a weight. All this conditioning that we did for the neck comes real handy right now. Number 11. Now we're going to twist the wrist, pull the neck all the way down, go for a chokehold, pretty similar to the other one. There's a palm strike right to the ribs, and a big lift. Let's watch this again together. Grab, pull down. You're going to lift the opponent up and over. Remember that if the opponent does not know how to fall, this will end up in having him break his neck, back. Notice the actual fall, and notice how Mr. Reza is actually ending up on top of the opponent, controlling the whole upper body and the neck. Notice the lift, and all the way on top again. One of the attributes of Greco-Roman wrestling is the body control. There's always contact. Now we're going to get into the actual wrestling combat techniques against punching and some of the basic attacks. Now notice this is very similar to the first technique that we actually did. So we're just doing another version of same number one. Now we're doing it out of a punch. So watch this slow motion. You're going to block, push it back, and strike the opponent's throat with your forearm. Block, pull, and strike. Number 2. Notice we're going to execute the same technique, pull in, strike to the ribs, and a takedown. See, by following these techniques, you'll notice they're not brand new techniques. I mean, these are the same ones that we did before as far as the wrist grabs. We did it basic. Now this is more of an intermediate level. Make sure you actually go back and learn the first 11 techniques first before we actually walk into these. Block, pull, all the way down, and follow up with punches to the body. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually grabbing the opponent's wrist and his body contact all the time. Number 3. Notice the pulling of the arm, striking to the chin, and rolling the shoulder all the way down. Again, exactly like the other technique. Remember, when in street confrontations, there are usually 3 stages. One, there's a talking stage where you actually exchange words and all that stuff. Then there's a second stage, which is the kicking, punching, and the striking zone, Where Greco-Roman and Mr. Reza's art comes in really handy is the third stage, and that's the grappling and closing the distance and getting in really close to the body. So that's where his expertise come in. Number 4. Same technique as before. We're going to pull in, step in, grab over the neck, and pull him all the way down. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually holding on to the opponent's neck and the arm. Never loses that contact. Grab over the neck and circle all the way down. Now notice all those little circular motions will translate to a lift. Notice we actually lift the opponent up and over. After you've been doing these exercises for a while, you really appreciate the conditioning that goes behind all these techniques. And pull, grab the neck, lift all the way down and stay on top of the opponent's body. Number 5. Okay, notice we're going to roll under the opponent's arm, go to grab the opponent's side for breaking the ribs, and following up with the elbow strike. Notice Mr. Reza is not really blocking the punch, it's more of lifting it, letting it, redirecting it to the side, while you walk right in and grab the opponent's side. So watch it again. Redirect, lift, and follow up with the elbow strike. Notice the check, the lift, and a follow-up. Number 6. Now we're going to redirect the arm up and over in a twisting motion. When the punch comes, I want you to notice how there's a redirection there. We're going to grab the opponent's side and twist. Notice we're going to do it here a few times without him actually falling down. When you get better at these techniques, then you can start doing them all out. Okay, be sure to pull the opponent's arm all the way up above his shoulders. Notice the lift here, up and twist. Again, it's very important you step in between the opponent's legs to be sure to throw the center of gravity on the opponent. Number 7. Notice the chokehold. So we're going to check the hand out, execute a shin kick, and bring the opponent all the way down. Notice the check, ducking the head, going all the way under, and grabbing the neck. With the opponent's arm trapped like that, he's very helpless. Number 8. Okay, notice we're going to go to that strike ones. So we're going to block the punch, strike to one side, pull him all the way down on the other side. Again, the first strike is used with the side of the forearm to set him up. As soon as he shows any kind of resistance with the first one, the second one will lift them all the way over. So notice the first one and the second lift all the way over. Again, notice the body contact, the closeness. Number 9. Okay, notice very similar to the other one. We're going to go for a headlock and straight down, following up with the elbow strike. Notice the striking to the neck, leading the opponent's head all the way down to your own arm. Wrap the arm around his neck, bring him down, and follow up with the elbow strike. After doing it a few more times, you can start doing actual lift. Notice after Mr. Reza actually grabs the opponent's neck, he pushes it forward, then up, and rolls it up and straight down. These techniques are extremely effective in a close range fighting. Number 10. We're going to pull the opponent's neck all the way down to a lift, turn, and end up on top of him. You will see, if you have practiced the ones before from the wrist grabs, the basics, these will actually become a lot simpler. So you be sure you go back to the beginning of the tape and practice the basic techniques first. Okay, so grab your partner. Let's do this one together slowly. Strike, pull, lift all the way down and end up on top. Be sure to hold on to the opponent's neck all the way down. Strike, lift, roll on top of the opponents with the legs apart. That's a very powerful technique right there. By getting your legs apart, you have a bigger mass on top of the opponent and you can control him a lot better. Number 11. Striking to the neck area, lifting, and we're going to get ready for a lift actually. So practice by doing a palm strike, but a palm strike will actually lift the opponent. Watch again, pull, headlock, lift all the way up and over, and landing on top. I want you to notice how effective these techniques can be if it's done in a street situation with the opponent actually landing on a solid ground or asphalt like that.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, to perfect the techniques shown, you must practice them daily. I wish you the best of luck in your training.